We are going to take you live now to Hanoi, where Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is speaking.
Of RMIT Vietnam, who is the face of RMIT in this country. I have just arrived in Hanoi, but this is my fourth visit here. And already on the journey from the airport, I see the change in the extraordinary economic development that we see in this extraordinary country. When I first came to Vietnam in 1986, there were just bicycles. When I returned in 1996, everyone was on a motorbike. And now there are traffic jams with cars, as I witnessed in 2007. An extraordinary sense of energy on the streets here that is unmistakable. And so it makes sense that RMIT is launching its Industry and Innovation Hub here, because industry and innovation thrives on this kind of energy, the kind of energy that you can feel around you, the kind of energy that inspires some of the young people who we met when we arrived today, the kind of energy that drives you to excel, which is exactly what Vietnam is doing as it continues to grow as an economic power in the region. My government in Australia is ambitious for our education sector, to build on our reputation as being cutting edge, innovative and globally competitive. And I see that drive reflected here as well. Australia and Vietnam share a commitment to excellence in education, and this is the natural foundation for this partnership. RMIT was indeed the first foreign campus to be established here in Vietnam. Our 50 years of diplomatic relations have been defined by shared efforts that bring mutual benefits and support both of our countries' economic growth and resilience. And there's no greater economic investment, no greater investment in our people and their futures than investing in education. It is the biggest and most powerful weapon we have against disadvantage. It opens the doors of opportunity. Education lifts us up, not just as individuals, but it also lifts our nations up and our economies as well. And so I am very pleased that we're celebrating the evolution of an education partnership between our nations that began more than 2 decades ago. When RMIT was first established here, there was a quote that came up for its goal, and it was a new university using new technology in a new millennium. In short, to be an innovator, and RMIT has certainly been delivering on this. This new hub, RMIT's first in Southeast Asia, will continue to ensure that it does so. It will be a gateway to international expertise, and like RMIT's first campus has done in Melbourne, it will contribute to the vibrancy of Hanoi's inner city. It will collaborate with community, government and industry to find innovative ways to tackle local and shared priorities, like sustainable cities or emerging technologies. And today, I very much welcome the announcement of an additional $250 million commitment from RMIT. That is a vote of confidence in Vietnam's future and in the strength and the potential that we are doing in joining forces on education. Australia brings a lot to this partnership. Our higher education system is world-class and regarded so. Our history of innovation and research is indeed a very proud one. And we're making sure that our universities have strong links to industry to drive our nation's economic potential into the future. And we know there is much we can learn from Vietnam in this partnership. And we know there is more we can do together through more joint action, joint research and collaboration. And importantly, making sure that the knowledge we create is spread in ways that boost our economies and improves the lives of our people. It is great that while RMIT was the first Australian university in Vietnam, it hasn't been the last. It's now joined by Monash, Swinburne, UTS and Western Sydney University, all joining RMIT in investing in the education of Vietnam's next generation. In addition to RMIT's investments, I'm pleased today to acknowledge Western Sydney University's new Whitlam scholarships. These scholarships will allow 60 students to study degrees in business, communications and data science here and in Australia, qualifications that we need for today and for the future, both here in Australia and in Vietnam. So let me thank everyone who's been involved in these new initiatives for your hard work and for contributing to the mutual trust and respect that Vietnam and Australia enjoy today. I'm very pleased to be back here on my first official visit as the Prime Minister of Australia. My fourth visit to Vietnam, where I've seen the relationship between our two nations get stronger and stronger and stronger, and move to higher levels across economy, across social issues, across cooperation as well, in our mutual interests. It certainly is in our mutual interest to strengthen these relationships in the future, and I can't think of any way to begin my first official visit than with a focus on education and a focus on Australian investment here in Vietnam to produce returns for both our countries. Thank you very much.
That was Prime Minister Anthony Albanese speaking at the opening of the RMIT expanded campus in Vietnam. The Prime Minister says investing in education is the most powerful weapon we have in fighting against disadvantage.